Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Snorlax. Now, I wanted to continue the trend of using and showcasing Pokemon that you do not need to raid to use in the Open Master League, in which I was going into the Open Master League without any legendaries, Pokemon that you can just catch in the wild and get XL candies like that, but the algorithm was not having it. It was one of those days where I wanted to throw my phone. So, didn't work out so much. First team, this is what it consisted of, but it was just hard countering me. Taking a look at some of those Snorlaxes that I did have, other than the Shadow one, you can go with the normal one. You don't need the Shadow to be powered up. So if you can't get a good IV in the Shadow, you can just go with the regular Snorlax. Now, Snorlax is something that is going to be somewhat of a rare Pokemon in the wild, but you are going to be able to walk it and do all that stuff. Hopefully, put some rare candies into it and you can power it up. It is kind of a raid thing, but at the same time, again, you can find them in the wild. So we're going to look at that, right? Taking a look at a few battles before we do swap into the legendaries, but keeping the Snorlax. Again, it just wasn't allowing me to do anything. These are a couple of the battles that it just slipped through the cracks and I was able to complete it. All right, so let's get into it here. Should have a full team leading with that Snorlax. Yep, we got the Dialga and Zacian in the back. As far as the two Pokemon that we're pairing up with Snorlax, we're going to swap those out periodically throughout the video. But with that said, if you do enjoy my content, please give it a thumbs up. Really do appreciate it, folks. And Niantic is still to announce anything. As a matter of fact, they're just continuing on and ignoring the backlash as if it's not non-existent. Pretty crazy, but they are still on their blocking and censoring comments rampage. So like maybe the pressure is actually on, who knows. All right, so we're up against their Dialga here. We're going to be getting to the Iron Head, which is enough to take their Dialga out. And they've got a Ho-Oh in the back. We've got a Zacian with Wild Charge and Close Combat. So we kind of need to keep this alive. We're looking for a catch here. And there it is. Okay, we're going to go ahead and swap. Now, I'm not feeling good about this whatsoever. Our Dialga has a bunch of energy, but it's not looking good. They're going to have to throw their Meteor Mash here, because otherwise we're just going to get to another close combat. So their energy dry at this point. Bringing in Dialga, we're going to farm up as much as we can while taking advantage of that not very effective Bullet Punch here. Not enough to take them out, but we're able to finish them off with a couple of Dragon Breaths, and we get to the damn Draco Meteor, and we're able to take the win here. I was getting so frustrated. I was like, okay, thank you. Oh my goodness, it's bananas. All right, and this is the best lead for you, a Giratina, and they're going to be swapping into their Dialga, in which we're going to go ahead and bring in our own Dialga. We do not have Zacian on the team anymore. Mewtwo is in the back. I do believe we're going to be pairing it up with Dialga most of the time. All right, so they're going straight for a Draco, which is perfect. We're going to go for an Iron Head here. Show me a shield. Letting it go, that's no problem. We're going to be able to Dragon Breath them down and come out of this with energy. We did have to shield up that Draco, so we are down a shield, but we did win that matchup with energy here, bringing in their Giratina. This is the one. Okay. Well, Snorlax, unfortunately, is not going to be able to put in too much work as far as going up against this Giratina, because we're getting to another Iron Head. They used one shield, and, well, let's see what happens here. Doing a lot of damage. They're not shielding it up, and they're swapping into their Zacian. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Mewtwo. Hey, what's going on with the Showcase Snorlax? It'll do some stuff here. Don't worry. We can't use it to do everything all the time. So Mewtwo, we're going to go ahead and let this first one go. It is going to be a play rough. All right, sounds good. Going for the Scythe Strike here. And we still have a whole Snorlax in the back. So we're perfectly fine. We're not shielding any of this up. I mean, I think we'll just bring in our Snorlax, shield up the close combat, lick them down. If they can't even get to it. Okay, so that's a wrap. Yep, they're back out, and Snorlax barely did anything for that battle, but hey, we were looking good. Next one, what are we going to see with that Snorlax lead? Mewtwo. Okay, we like this one as well. Now, they will be able to win this matchup depending upon our shield usage and theirs as well, but they're going to be retreating immediately into a Dialga. We're going to go ahead and go for that superpower and then bring in our own Dialga. And we do have Ho-Oh on the team, looks like. Now, that is not going to be completely powered up, level 46.5 or something like that, unfortunately. I was not able to go too hard on the raids, and now with this nerf, oh, it's going to be even better to power up these damn Pokemon. Oh my gosh, 5 remote raids a day. I will be doing raids locally. I mean, I'm going to have to, okay? I'm not going to go hard like back in the day, but I mean, I'm going to at least try. Dialga surviving. Whoa, let's get it, buddy. Let's get it, Dialga. Surviving with 1 HP. Down it goes. Okay, bringing in the Snorlax here. Now we can let this Ice Strike go if we want to. Got the Ho-Oh in the back. We're going to go ahead and hold on to that shield. And they've got a Lugia, so we've got a classic battle. Ho-Oh versus Lugia here. Doesn't get any better than this. Well, I mean, it kind of does, but just a good old classic battle, right? So we're going for Sacred Fire, so we do not debuff ourselves. We do not want to debuff ourselves. Yes, we're shielding this up, but at least we're going to be able to take damage better. And okay, so, oh my goodness, I'm such an idiot sometimes when it comes to... Wow! I'm so used to Earthquake on Ho-Oh that I'm over here like frantically trying to hit freaking Sacred Fire. Alright, so we barely survive this. Oh my goodness, no, we get taken out. We bring in the Snorlax and we're going to be able to take them out with a Body Slam. But I could have went for Brave Bird. I hit Sacred Fire so many times when I could have went for Brave Bird. I did TM away Earthquake. The hell with that move. It's a legacy, but it was good before it didn't, when it didn't have Sacred Fire. Now that it has that, it's pointless pretty much. So Brave Bird all day. Big Bird, let's go. Okay, so we're up against a Florges here. You know, this is no problem since we do have Dialga in the back. We'll go ahead and take this matchup here. Do as much damage as we can, and then we'll bring in Ho-Oh to farm them down because everything that they have is not going to be very effective unless... Can Florges learn Psychic? If it can, well then that's going to be the only move that's going to be neutral. Alright, so here we go. What's happening here? Alright, so we're going to farm them down with Ho-Oh. Okay, we're going to come out of this with a lot of energy. I would assume Moonblast here. Okay, yeah, it's doing a pretty penny worth of damage. We still have 2 shields and a whole hell of a lot of energy and a Dialga in the back. It's a pretty good pair, Dialga and Ho-Oh. They're bringing in Giratina Altered. So we're going to go for a Brave Bird. We could have went for another one and stayed in here, but we're going to go ahead and swap. I'm not trying to get hit by no damn Ancient Power or use a shield. And they've got a Lugia in the back, and this is looking like we're going to be able to potentially pull this off here. Now what we want to do is let everything go with our Dialga. And let's see. Actually, it really depends on their shield usage here. If they let this go, then... Okay, perfect. So we'll let this go as well. If it's an Aero Blast, that's perfectly fine. Use all that energy up. Sky Attack, great. Now we're going to do more. Or you're going to throw your energy again and come out of this energy dry. Or it's not enough to take us out. A few more Dragon Breaths and bringing in Ho. Okay, we take them out before they get to a charge move, and we do. Beautiful. Almost at 100 energy here, bringing in their Giratina. Now we can take them out with a Sacred Fire at this point. I mean... Brave Bird is going to be doing, or it costs less energy. Obviously, neutral plus stab. It's going to be OP right now. Alright, so Dragon Claw, and we get to the Brave Bird, and we're going to be able to take the win with this Ho-Oh here. So yeah, it's very hard using a non-legendary team or mythical. It's just, unless your account's on easy mode, like most of these content creators, then it's just almost impossible. Yeah, it really is. Anyways, next battle, we're met with a Gyarados here. Okay, it was really interesting to see the Pokemon it was throwing at me once I put the Ho-Oh in the back. I never see Gyarados in the front, ever. Never. Or at least until I made that Gyarados video, I guess. I don't know. And what do we got going on here? We haven't used a single shield. We're going to let this go. Aqua Tail, down we go. We bring in our Dialga, and they're going to be able to get to another charge move here. Just a desperation Aqua Tail. Better to do some damage than none. So doing a little bit of chip there and bringing in a Metagross. We immediately swap, seeing that we have 2 shields left. And they're bringing in their Dragonite. Alright, so we're going to go for Sacred Fire here and hopefully get a shield out of them. Usually anybody would shield it up, but they're not. Okay. You gotta be freaking kidding me. So, alright. Okay, so we're going to let that go. And I'm going to try to potentially pull this off here. Going for the Brave Bird, and they're shielding it up. They're shielding it up. So we need to look out for Superpower here, right? And then we need to look out for Earthquake on the Metagross. And they're going for a Dragon Claw. Able to almost farm them down. They're not going to be able to get to another charge move. They're at about 1 HP here. This is getting a little bit close. Figure they're going to bait out my last shield. It doesn't really matter. We're going to shield it up anyways. Shieldless opponent going for the Draco Meteor here. Building up a little bit of extra energy so we can do more damage before we debuff ourselves. Going for the Iron Head, which should take them out here. Great. And Dragon Breath's taking out Dragonite. We take the win there. Good thing. We built up extra energy there at the end. Next battle, met with a Zacian. Oh boy. Alright. This is okay, I guess. I don't know. Close combat obviously is going to be doing a lot. We let the first one go no problem, but they're going for a play rough as to not debuff themselves because they kind of don't really need to. They can let this now Body Slam go, but they shield it up. Very odd. Very, very odd situation there. Letting the next one go. Okay, I mean, it's whatever. I guess they were expecting, 2, so they shielded up 1 so they can survive. Makes sense. Alright, going for that charge move, letting it go, bringing in Ho-Oh so we can just farm them all the way down here. We're going to let this go because we know they do not have wild charge. They're going for a close combat before they do go down, and we're leaving this battle with a bunch of energy, and they're bringing in Mewtwo. So, could have went for a Brave Bird because I was going to retreat anyways, so that was so stupid of me. But it's still doing a bunch of damage, so it doesn't really matter. I swap into our Dialga, and of course they have a freaking Excadrill in the back to perfectly counter me. So here we go. Let's have a little fun, but we'll still be able to pull this off. Getting to the Draco. Now they're going to have to shield this up. Now what's going to happen, though, if they do? Now they're going to be able to farm me down, and I realize that, yeah, a little too late here. So, yeah, we're pretty freaking screwed. We can survive a Psy Strike, so long, obviously, we don't take a Rock Slide because that's going to KO us here. Alright, so we're going to use both of our shields. As much as I wanted to farm down, ain't going to happen. But they swap, bring in their Mewtwo, which is going to get to a Psy Strike. And I'm going to farm them down. Let's go. And we're going to hit a Brave Bird just for shits and giggles, okay? Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Take them out with a Brave Bird. Let's go. Big Bird taking the win there. Alright, Athena's dreaming it up over there. You can hear her breathing a little hard. I'm going to have to wake her up. Next battle, met with the Dialga. That's a good lead for us-ish, sort of, just pretty good. They're swapping into a Zacian, and I figure there's going to be a wild charge on this thing because that's a really crazy matchup to just throw your Zacian into, unless you've got like 2 steel types and you're just trying to bait me out. I don't know, whatever the case is, but they go close combat, so I think we'll never know what they do have on that. And we're going to go ahead and just let it go down here. What we're going to want to do is, wanted to kind of bring in the Dialga, but I don't want to reveal my whole team, so we're going to go ahead and continue the farm up here and bring in the Ho-Oh. They're bringing back their Dialga, and of course you're going to want to go with the Sacred Fire, which is going to be neutral to that dragon. And look how much damage. That's insane. This is not even powered up all the way. Freaking kidding me? Alright, so we've got 2 shields left. Going to call an Iron Head and then swap while holding on to that energy and then farming down their Dialga, and they've got a Groudon in the back. Okay, so, oof, this could be potentially, I mean, we're looking good. We've got 2 shields energy on our Ho-Oh. It's not like, oh, you're looking so bad. Oh no, what are we going to do? All right, so we let it go. We did as much damage as we could, and we're just going to start throwing the Sacred Fire here. And again, my dumbass started thinking, oh, I need to get to another Sacred Fire. Like, the Brave Bird is fine. I mean, Sacred Fire there so we don't take more damage from the Mud Shots, because we could have gotten farmed down if we debuffed ourselves too much, maybe. So now we'll go for the Brave Bird and take the win. Okay. I'm just confusing myself because, again, I used to run with the Earthquake one. I'm not used to the Brave Bird. Next battle, we're going to have another mirror match here, Dialga versus Dialga, and theirs is going to be significantly less powered up than mine. All right, I got a crappy old Dialga. I don't know. It's like an old truck, but it's that trusty truck, you know, that just keeps on running. It's even outlasting these newer cars that are coming out, you know. Like a friend gets a new car and it starts having problems. You're like, hey, I'm still driving my old Chevy, the old 78. All right. Anyways, all right, bring it in Ho-Oh to farm them down. Let's get it. And they're bringing in a Mewtwo. So this is going to be a retreat since I'm going for a Brave Bird here into a Snorlax, which is doing some nice damage with Lick, and they've got a Zacian in the back. This could be good if they do not have Wild Charge. All right, but knowing my luck, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they freaking have Wild Charge because I can't catch a damn break around here, folks. You know, I'm just so sick and tired of it. I don't want things to be handed to me, but anytime, most of the time I have a good lead, it's a guaranteed 90% freaking win. All right, good swap, even a bad, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe even sometimes a bad lead can even be a better outcome than a good lead for whatever reason because of the Pokemon that you have to counter in the back. All right, so Ho is going to take a Side Strike to the face, and there, another case of me being a dummy, not hitting Brave Bird when I should have. We could have easily lost that to a Side Strike there. That was plenty of time. I can't believe I actually won that. I was so annoyed at myself. Next battle, good lead up against a Giratina, and they're going to be swapping into Ho-Oh. We're swapping into Ho-Oh after they bring in their Groudon, which is going to be a good matchup. But as we were discussing before, Ho-Oh versus Groudon and Rayquaza versus Groudon. Rayquaza is not taking as much because it's not part fire, but we're part fire, so the Precipice Blaze is going to be doing that much more damage. Unfortunately, not getting to the charge move before they get to their Side Strike, and I'm not wasting this energy, so we're going to go ahead and shield that up and go for a Brave Bird up against this Mewtwo here. We still got Snorlax in the back chilling, and Dialga. I mean, we're good. So we're going to go ahead and catch a Side Strike. Not very effective with the Dialga. Let's get it. While holding on to energy on the Ho-Oh. Still going to be able to put in some work for us here. And Snorlax, star of the show, not even talking about it. It's like, what about me, man? It's like, hey, man, you chill. You're good. You're going to come in handy later. You're the tank. Okay, so getting off the Iron Head, getting the last shield out of them. Okay, sounds good. They're retreating with energy and bringing in a Giratina. You already know what it is. You already know. Well, you do this number so I can do some damage. Okay. Then I swap into Snorlax. Now, if they got Dragon Pulse, I guess they're going to be looking, oh, they're not looking anything. Oh, they got Dragon Pulse. What do you know? All right, so farming them down, but it's about a wrap here. We're going for a Body Slam, and we're going to be able to take this win here. They backed out already. Yep, and we're taking that win. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you all next time.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
I touch the net. This is the best day.